So just really quick video to recap what we talked about today in class with covalent naming. So my texty or my stylus isn't working right now, so I'm just going to throw this up on the board really quick for you. So covalent naming, we've got two nonmetals that are bonded together. So when we name covalent compounds, it's different than when we name ionic compounds. With covalent compounds, we are going to be using prefixes. So mono for 1, di 2, tri 3, so on and so forth. So make sure that you jot these down because these prefixes are going to be crucial so that you can appropriately name compounds. But really, the facts are, or the rules are straightforward. If you have the name like this, you're going to break it into two pieces, the first nonmetal and the second nonmetal. So here we have hydrogen. We know the symbol for hydrogen is H, so we write the symbol H. Right? Then it has a di in the front. Di means 2. So dihydrogen is telling me that I have 2 hydrogens. Then if I look at the second word, it says oxide. Remember from last unit that oxide is like oxygen. So I have oxygen, and then it has a prefix of mono, which tells me that I have 1 oxygen. So dihydrogen monoxide is H2O, also known as water, which is a great first example for you guys, because hopefully you did your homework and you didn't ban dihydrogen monoxide because, oh, well, it's water. All right, so moving on, next one, we have Cl2Br. So again, we're going to break this into two pieces, the first nonmetal and the second nonmetal. Cl is chlorine, so I'm going to write chlorine. It has a subscript of 2. Since it's 2, I go over here to my prefix chart, which is di, and I simply add di in front of that name. So it says dichlorine. Then I'm going to name the second piece bromine, but the second nonmetal, we change the ending. So it's no longer going to be an whatever ending it is. You're going to change it to an IDE ending. So we've got bromide, right? Just like up here we had oxide. So our second nonmetal has to have that IDE ending. So we've got bromide, and then we just have one of the bromide. So we're going to put the prefix mono in the front. So it's dichlorine monobromide. This next one is very similar to the previous. So it's here it's a Cl2Br. Here it's just ClBr. So the difference here is that if the first nonmetal, chlorine in this example, does not have a subscript, then it doesn't get a prefix. So you're not going to put mono, even though there's just one of it, because it's the first nonmetal. So the first nonmetal, if it's just one, just doesn't get a prefix. So we just write chlorine and leave it at that for the first nonmetal. So just chlorine, and then we're going to continue the same way. Mono for the one bromine, monobromide. So this is chlorine monobromide, different from dichlorine monobromide because of the number of chlorines is different here. Next one is carbon dioxide. I'm sure you know this formula, CO2, but have you ever thought about why it's CO2? Well, the symbol for carbon is C, and there's no prefix here. Since there's no prefix here, we assume that it has 1. So it's just C. Right? We know that oxide means oxygen, and di means 2. So that's how we get carbon dioxide. Last one for us here. We've got nitrogen, which has a symbol of N. Di, which hopefully you're familiar with now, means 2. So N2. And then we've got this oxide, which means O. Penta means 5. So N2O5. So I know I just ran through these examples really quick, but that's really all there is to it. Please email me if you get stuck. Start working on that second covalent nomenclature packet, and make sure you got those 10 prefixes memorized. Thanks, guys.